There was a family, I think the Kelly family was what they were named. They had like a strange encounter with aliens. And like how the story goes, it's like they were in their house and suddenly there were like little green men walking up the hill to their house, and they holed up in their house to just, hide and keep safe. And my granddad actually knew one of the girls. He went to school with her.
The tradition has it that there was a soldier in the Civil War who died at Chickamauga battlefield, and his ghost haunts the battlefield, but all you can see are his two green eyes. And so I personally know 2 or 3 people who claim to have seen green eyes. And one of these people is a friend of mine, and she claims that she actually lives not far from the battlefield, and that one evening it was kind of misty and rainy, and she looked out her backyard, and lo and behold were these 2 green eyes glaring at her. So pretty creepy, pretty weird. So that's the green eyes story. And then I'll share some superstitions. So in my father's family, my paternal grandmother said, do not plant a willow tree in your front yard or you will become, the woman of the house will become a widow. And my mother really wanted to plant that willow tree, but she didn't for fear of my grandmother. And so I did a little bit of research and found out that the origin of that superstition is Cherokee. And sure enough, there's some Cherokee ancestry in my family. So kind of an interesting story there. Got all kinds of sayings in my family. Of course, bless your heart, that's a good one. And then my father would say, if he didn't like someone, he'd say, you can put all his brains in a blue jay and it'd fly backwards. I thought that was a good one.
I had to go to the store this past Thursday, and while I was there, my mom called me, making sure I was not in the apartment, because she had seen me walk into my bedroom, and I was not there. She watched me physically in my clothes that I was just wearing that day, walk into my bedroom, go to my closet, and get in like I was getting something. And then she realized I wasn't coming back out. She went and checked for me. I was not there. And then she called me, and I had to assure her for the past 10 minutes I had not been in the apartment. This apartment, we've lived there 6 years, this was the only time something like this had happened. There'd be moments where we think we see like heads in the corner of our eyes, and we chalk it up to our hazy vision, hair getting in the way. But in this area, there's an apartment we used to live in when I was a baby, just like across the way. And there, my mom had experienced footsteps in the hallway. And it was the freakiest moment because either no one was owning up to it or there were mysterious footsteps. And so she has now included this image of me walking clearly through the hall as a part of that same instance. So either I'm haunting my mother or she is being haunted by something that decided, let's take the form of her daughter. So that is essentially my experience.
My family, like for at least 3 generations, has this like thing where anytime that like something good happens, like a really nice parking place at, let's say, Universal, where you get one that's like 50 miles away from it, we'll get really nice ones sometimes, and we'll say, "Thank you, Alvin." And I'm like, who was Alvin? And so my grandma tells me about this story about how anytime that they get a really good parking place or something like that, it's Alvin, their ghost friend that helps them out with that kind of stuff. And one time I was like doing chores around their house, and I didn't have time to go and make my bed. Well, I went back into the room to make my bed, and it was already made. And I asked every single person who had been in the house that day if they had made my bed, and everyone said, "No, I haven't been in your room all day." And I was like, "Not even to like change the sheets or anything? You didn't make the bed?" And they were like, "No." And I was like, and they were like, "It must have been Alvin." They just all kept writing it off as Alvin, so that was really weird.
When I was growing up, I learned a saying which went, "La bruja está casando," which is Spanish for "the witch is getting married," which is a term for, when it's really sunny out, but it starts raining for no apparent reason. Like, I know some people call them sun showers, but for us, that typically meant, like, kind of like an evil force. A witch was experiencing happiness, so that's why it was raining while it was sunny out. But yeah, my grandma used to tell me that a lot, and she would always need a little mark of cross on me when that was happening. So, it's like I have extra protection from the witch as I was leaving the house.